Hey everyone, and welcome. You know that feeling when the skies finally open up, the rain comes down, and everything turns this incredible, vibrant green? That's the magic of the monsoon. But let's be real, it can also bring on a whole set of, health niggles. So in this explainer, we're going to dive into the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda. It's like a powerful guide to help us not just get through this season, but actually feel our absolute best.
I just love this Marathi verse. It so perfectly captures the whole vibe of the monsoon, right? It's joyful, it's green and lush, but it's also so unpredictable. One minute it's pouring, the next the sun is out. And you know what? It's that exact unpredictability that Ayurveda tells us we need to really pay attention to. Not just out there, but inside our own bodies too.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by looking at the good and not so good side of the monsoon. Then we'll get into why your digestion might feel a bit sluggish. After that, we'll jump into Ayurveda's super simple diet rules, see how they apply to the Nag Panchami festival, and wrap it all up with some great lifestyle tips to keep you healthy and happy all season long.
All right, section 1. So, we all love the rain. It's literally life-giving. But here's an interesting Ayurvedic take. This season naturally amps up something called Amla Dharma. Think of it as an acidic quality that increases in everything: the water, the soil, even the air we breathe. And that shift in the environment, it can start to stir up imbalances inside us, especially when it comes to our digestion and inflammation.
So what's the #1 challenge we face this season? Well, according to Ayurveda, it's all about that cool, damp, humid air. It has a direct effect on our internal systems. It's like it puts a damper on our inner fire, our digestive power.
Okay, so to really get this, we have to talk about one of the most important concepts in Ayurveda, Agni. Now, don't let the Sanskrit word intimidate you. Just think of Agni as your body's digestive fire. It's the engine in your stomach, the furnace that powers your metabolism and breaks down everything you eat into energy. When that fire is roaring, you feel amazing. But when it gets weak, that's when things start to go sideways. And the difference it makes is huge. I mean, it's night and day. When your Agni is strong, your body just works. Digestion is smooth, you have great energy. But during the monsoon, that fire can get a little weak, a little sluggish, kind of like a flickering candle. And what happens then? You get that sluggish digestion, bloating, low energy, and this buildup of gunk, basically. Ayurveda calls it ama, and it's seen as the root cause of a lot of health issues. So, this weakened Agni is what leads directly to all those classic monsoon problems. It throws our doshas, our body's fundamental energies, out of whack. It tends to aggravate vata and pitta. An increase in vata, which is all about air and movement, can leave you feeling bloated or with achy joints. And too much pitta, the fire energy, well, that can show up as indigestion and that awful acidic feeling. Okay, so if a weak digestive fire is the problem, what's the solution? It's actually pretty straightforward. The answer is right on our plates. It's all about adjusting what we eat to support and, rekindle that fire. So let's check out Ayurveda's diet rules for the monsoon. They're actually incredibly intuitive. First up, the stuff we should be eating more of. The 3 magic words are light, warm, and fresh. Think simple, cozy, comforting foods. Things like moong dal, a nice bowl of khichdi, or warm, nourishing soups. These are foods that don't make your digestive system work overtime. Puffed rice is another fantastic choice because it's so incredibly light. Oh, and using a bit of ghee is great too. It helps calm down that vata energy without feeling heavy.
And here is one of the most powerful ideas from Ayurveda for this season. You don't need to go searching for some fancy supplement. Your secret weapon is already in your kitchen. During the monsoon, your spice rack is basically your medicine cabinet. These spices aren't just there to make food taste good. They are serious, potent tools for firing up your digestion. We're talking about things like ginger, turmeric, cumin, black pepper. All of these are naturally warming. Think of them as the kindling for your digestive fire. They help your body process food way more efficiently, and they help prevent that heavy, sluggish feeling. Seriously, just adding these to your daily meals is one of the easiest and most effective things you can do for your health this season.
Now, on the flip side, just like we add things to fuel the fire, we also need to avoid the stuff that can put it out. This means backing away from heavy, oily, and fried foods. Leftovers are also not great right now. And this one might be tough, but cold drinks and ice cream, they're a definite no. Even raw salads, which we usually think of as super healthy, are actually considered too heavy and cold for your system to handle easily during the monsoon.
Okay, let's make this super practical. How does this all play out in real life? Well, the festival of Nag Panchami, which happens right in the middle of the monsoon, is a perfect example. We can look at its traditional foods, like milk and puffed rice, and see how to enjoy them in a way that's totally in line with these Ayurveda principles.
So, milk is a big part of this festival. But here's the thing. From an Ayurvedic point of view, drinking plain cold milk when the weather is damp and cool can really increase your kapha dosha. That's the energy tied to earth and water. And what does too much kapha lead to? You guessed it. Congestion, colds, coughs, all that stuff we're trying to avoid.
And this is what I love about the Ayurvedic approach. The solution isn't don't drink milk. Not at all. It's about transforming it. By simply boiling the milk and adding some of those warming spices we talked about, you completely change its properties. It becomes easier to digest, it doesn't create all that congestion, and you actually turn it into a drink that boosts your immunity. How cool is that?
It's so easy. Just 3 simple steps. 1. Always boil your milk. That alone makes it so much lighter on your system. 2. Add a little pinch of spice, maybe some turmeric for immunity, a little cinnamon for a touch of sweetness, or a tiny bit of ginger to help digestion. And 3. Drink it warm. Simple as that.
And we can use this same logic for other festival foods too. So for milk, you boil it with spices like turmeric. For puffed rice, enjoy it with some jaggery instead of the fried versions. And if you're making kheer, just make sure it's fresh and add some digestive-friendly spices like cardamom. See? It's all about celebrating smart, working with the season instead of against it.
All right, so we've talked a lot about food, but this wisdom goes way beyond just what's on your plate. To have a really healthy monsoon, we need to look at our whole lifestyle. Think of it like this. There are 3 main pillars for staying well during the monsoon. We've nailed the first one, diet, keeping it light and warm. Pillar number 2 is hydration. And the trick here is to sip on warm, boiled water all day, not cold water. It really helps keep that digestive fire going. And the third pillar is lifestyle. So things like exercise and just keeping clean.
So, let's wrap up with a quick checklist of simple habits you can start today. First, stick to that boiled warm water. Second, go for light, regular exercise. Think yoga, not a super intense HIIT session. Third, hygiene is a big one this time of year, so be extra mindful. And finally, don't forget the basics. Get enough sleep and do your best to keep yourself warm and dry. These small things honestly make a world of difference.
And really, if there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that Ayurveda isn't about a long list of things you can't do. It's not about restriction. It's about harmony. It's this beautiful, intelligent way of aligning your own body with the rhythm of the season. You're working with nature, not fighting against it.
And when you make these small, mindful changes, you really can enjoy all of the magic of the monsoon while still feeling energetic and healthy. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. This monsoon, how will you find your balance with nature? Thanks so much for joining me.